Okay, now next up, what we're going to do is we have to complete this content area, content. Now, under content, you'll see the marking grid actually calls it discussion. So it's either content or discussion. It doesn't matter what you call it. But we have to put basically everything we've researched that we've put in our question and sources table into this area. So very important, you're going to be doing lots of clicking back and forth. So under the View tab, it's critical that you put your navigation pane on. Otherwise, it's going to be a real mission. So content, and we're going to go to question and sources table. So here, you need to see what headings you chose. Okay. Now, whatever headings you chose, you need to go and copy that. And under content, you need to paste that. I don't really care how you paste it, but now you're going to format it as a heading 2 because it's a subheading under the main heading of heading 1. Right, so finding balance, and so you'll have 3 headings at least that you covered in your question and sources table. Now what you're going to do is we are going to take your answers and put it under the relevant heading because you've already classified under which heading it goes, eh? Now, before we do that, there's two things you have to check about your answer. First thing is, check that you put in the citation like I showed you last time. Let's say this one, I forgot to put in a citation. I can see this was source 2. So source 2 was Edgar John. Okay, so let's go back there and under references, insert citation, Edgar John. That's critical. Okay. Now, the other thing that you need to check here is that the answers and the summaries can actually stand alone without knowing what the question was. So this one is fine. One can easily get sunburnt while gardening, what. Plant placement is important because, but this one's not. What is gardening gloves, fork, trowel, and a watering can? I don't know how to say that word. Anyway, what is that? I don't know. So you have to rephrase the question. You need the following tools to start gardening. Okay, now we can use that. So that's what you have to do. Check that your answers are correct, that they are full sentences, and that they have citations. Now, we're going to go copy them. Copy. And under everything about, I'm going to paste it. But I can't paste it as plain text because if I paste it as plain text, my citation won't be a field anymore. Check here. Doesn't have that funny field indication. So I have to paste it as plain. I can't paste it as plain text. I must paste it as source formatting. See, now it's still a field. Okay. Go back. Copy. Okay. Then have a read through this. Have a read and check that these sentences can actually follow on one another. And see, sometimes it's just as easy as just putting a word in, like you also need the following tools. Sometimes that's all that's necessary to connect the one sentence to the next sentence. Just check that they roughly follow on one another. Now, don't spend hours doing this. It just counts 1 mark. But please just check that the sentences aren't completely disjointed, that they at least follow on one another.